Good morning, guys. So welcome to my first video on the OLE Golf channel. I'm going to get right into it. We're going to play 9 holes today, and I'll explain what I'm going to do during the video. It's probably not going to be very serious, but I will try and give some useful information as we go. First of all, I'm just going to get us off the tee because there are people looking and I'm well embarrassed about that. So we're just going to hit. Okay, it is going to be, I'll probably hit a little hold off fade actually. Haven't had a stretch yet because, you know, this is YouTube golf. Don't need to take it too seriously. It's not like I'm starting my season next week or anything important. Oops. Oh, we've absolutely crushed it. Right, guys, I've got 110 yards, but the greens are going to spin quite a lot. And that pin is right on top of a slope going down to the left, and I can't miss right. So yeah, feeling pretty good about it. I need to keep it real low. Actually, I'm going to hit a wedge because I really need to keep the spin off of this. So I'm going to hit almost like a 70% wedge. Keep the spin down, just a little chippy pitch sort of thing. Aim a little bit right and just hold it off. Hold on. Oh no, stop spinning. That's good distance. Just drifted off, but it's not a bad spot. Right, this is severely uphill. I don't quite understand how cameras work, so I don't know if it will show it very well. This is going to be so slow. This might look a bit odd on camera. The greens are actually in decent nick, I have to say. It might not do it justice, but the greenkeepers have done a good job, I would say. Very puttable, just quite slow, and there's a lot of dew on the ground right now. We're going to have to hit this firm. Uphill, left to right, just hit it hard really, and let's see what happens. This isn't exactly what I would expect in Turkey, so not going to think too much. Short, but in the jaws. Ow. Why am I still annoyed? I mean, still, we'll take it. First hole, we didn't want any dramas, you know. Don't want to make a fool of myself on camera. Right, we're on the second now. I was just saying, winter tees, so we are quite a long way forward. And I'm just going to take it over the corner. We're going over these trees, really. If I went too far right, I'd run out. So a little fade off the corner, really. And then, yeah, not really thinking about too much else, to be honest. It's not faded, but it should sit down. Right, we did just run out of room, but still pretty happy with this. It's one of the more demanding tee shots on this 9, to be fair. So we don't mind being in this position. I've got 1-1-1, very similar yardage to the previous hole, but no slopes to worry about spinning it off here. So I'm just going to hit the gap wedge. I might hit a bit of a tree on the way through. There's a lot of branches around here. Just going to kick them out of the way, but that's not going very well. Probably be a bit more delicate than this in the tournament. No, that's all good. So yeah, just got 1-1-1, and we're just going to punch a 52 in there. Balls a bit below my feet and on an upslope. That might balance itself out. I'm going to aim a little bit right and let it fall in. Oh guys, it's come out well. Sit down. It's come out well. We're happy with that. Where'd that divot go? I heard a lot of trees. Oh, it's over here. Right, we just came up a bit short here. It's very much drop and stop golf. It's very wet out here. So the ball just sort of didn't release at all, which I thought maybe it would. You know, I was coming out a sort of rough. It's landed on a downslope and come backwards. So what are you going to do? Again, it's probably like a 22, 23 foot putt, but I'm going to have to hit it, you know, as hard as maybe like a 40 foot putt normally. A little bit of right to left, and then it's going to come back left to right at the end. But I've got to hit really hard at the start, so it's not going to take much of that break. So we're going to start pretty, like just right edge, let it come back, maybe a bit further right. Yeah, I'm going to adjust now, because now I'm over the ball and it looks a bit more right, so we're going a bit more right. Travel. Oh! Well, that was quite a good putt. Sorry, did I get in the way of the hole there? Was that a YouTube etiquette gone wrong? Right, this is a bit of a training shot actually, because in a tournament I'd either be whacking driver over the corner, getting close to the green, or probably hitting a 3-iron just out to the left and then hitting a little wedge on, because that would just be stress-free. But I am trying to get ready for tournaments. I don't tend to hit that many 3-woods. I haven't lately. I've been trying to work on my driver a little bit. So I'm going to hit a 3-wood here because there's a bit more consequence. Obviously, I've got thousands of people watching me right now through YouTube. But I can't go too far left because I'd run out of space. Can't go right. Now into more positive thinking. I'm just going to play a little fade off the corner. And then if it ends over those 2 trees that are by themselves, am I literally in the way now? I don't know how this all works. Yeah, I'm going to lock in now, all right? I'm going to lock in. Stop talking to me. Oosh. Guys, that is what you pay the money for. Those subscriptions, I'll be putting them on soon, don't worry. Well, I know I said that 3 would probably wouldn't be the play, but I feel like I'm in position A1 here, so maybe I need to work on that strategic planning a little bit more. We've got 69 yards. I've been working on my pitching quite a lot lately, and I've been feeling great about it. But if I'm being honest, this is the first YouTube video that I'm shooting. God, that sounds ridiculous. So my focus levels are like a solid 1.5 out of 10 right now. So whether I actually manage to put forward that technique that I've been working on, I'm not expecting to. But we got that yardage, and need to carry it over a little dip. It's probably going to kick a bit right, so I'm going to aim, I don't know, like 4 or 5 foot left. And it's just sort of a little shouldery, bit shorter than shouldery, 60 degree. It's go time, frankly, isn't it? Let's be honest. It's go time, guys. I seem to make a lot of noises when I do practice swings. Well, I'll tell you what. Sit. Oh, it's gone too far. Yeah, it's gone too far. But it was nice. It wasn't exactly the move I've been working on. I've been working on trying to get my lead hip really moving up through the ball so that I can deliver, this is getting a bit nerdy now, but so that I can deliver kind of a steeper shaft plane, but a good angle of attack, and I can get that spin through the roof. Didn't quite do it. Right, we're just a little bit past the hole here, but I am actually quite happy with that because it's actually a reaction to having better move through the ball, more forward momentum, and getting the ball moving with a better lower flight. In the past I've hit it like way too high and like just nothing ball flight, so that's quite a good sign. That that flag is nowhere near straight, so I'm gonna have to put that in properly. Normally I take the pin out, but I feel like it probably makes it easier to see where the hole is. And you know, this is serious stuff. I've got to do it for YouTube. I've got to make sure the fans are getting what they want. Downhill, right to left, quite a bit of movement. Quite hard to hit downhill putts on slow greens actually, because getting it to stay on its line is not the easiest. Nice and far right. I want to aim further right, kind of adjusting it. Yeah, I quite like that. It's a good line. Oh, it's a good roll, guys. That was a good roll. We don't dislike that. That ball's very wet. I'm gonna have to mark it. Get that bloody pin sorted as well. See, even you gotta take this stuff seriously, man. You can miss these putts easy, no problem. Guys, that went in the right lip, but it went in the hole. So stop complaining, Owen. Right, guys, fourth hole. Yep, fourth hole. We've got 182. Pins at the bottom. There's a big slope above it. It is cold, but I feel like there might be a tiny bit of help in the air. So I'm going to hit a 7. It just suits my eye. I feel like I can aim left here and let it draw back in, because left is sort of much safer. I'm doing it again, stand in front. Left is much safer, so if I just let it come in, it would also kick in from the left. So it gives me a bit of a greater margin for error, and I feel like I can make a bit more of a committed, fear-free swing with a full 7 aiming at the left. There we go. Let's hope it gets there. I'm going to aim quite a bit left actually, and like really get it moving in the air. Bit back in the stance, encourage that draw. Oh, we flushed it. It's not quite drawing enough. Go on, kick left, kick right even. It's a good shot, guys. It should be just on the green, over that bank. Good club, good strike. Pleased I didn't overdraw it. Right, well, we landed pretty much pin high. Just rolled down onto the fringe here. It's definitely a putt because there is quite a big slope up here. It's going to run down. If this was the summer and they were quick, this would be treacherous. Serious pin position that is on a slope. So it's a lag putt really. Obviously we are aiming to hole it, but I just want to pick a nice solid line. It's going to go uphill, right to left, and then the last 8 feet is downhill. Probably going to straighten out, so I kind of want it going over there. There's like a footprint up there in the dew that I'm gonna go for. It might even go right at the end here. You know what, I kind of fancy it. Yeah, we're gonna hold this. It's gone further left on me. Good speed. It was a bit of a dangerous putt, to be honest. We can't be knocking that too much. That ball's very wet. Do we need to hold these? I'm not going to be one of those channels, I think. We'll just give it, you know, I'll tap it in now, but come on. It's just in the hole. Not that I've got anything against one of those channels, I'm just saying I haven't got time. This is a one-man show here, guys. Right, this is a nice par 4, this one. Obviously we're on the winter tee, so it's not quite got the teeth it normally has. Very long off the back tee though. I think it's like 480 or something off the back tee. This is quite a free sort of tee shot, this one. There are trees right, but there's a lot of room left. So I like to hit a fade with the driver, I mean not stand in front, so I'm going to aim sort of right edge, just inside the trees, and then I can kind of turn and burn, just like turn as aggressively as I want, because if I overdo it to left, I'm still in play and I've got a nice shot in, and it's quite a like free way to swing. So we're going to have a nice over this individual tree in front, and we're just going to basically well it. Got no qualms here. Go on, fade. Yeah, that's worked well. It's the kind of shot I hit quite often. It's sort of, it kind of goes dead straight. It doesn't really fade back, but it's good. Right, so I'm going to sort of introduce the channel a bit, I suppose. Let people know what to expect. There's a few different reasons. I'm not sure I've got them all mapped out in my brain. But it's kind of going to be a bit more of an insight into what, maybe like a diary style thing, like an insight into what life is like as a professional golfer on one of the satellite tours, you know. So this isn't the glamorous life. Don't expect that. This is, no crowds, no prize money, lots of failure. It's good stuff, lots of laughs. No, I'm going to do a fair bit of that, and then a bit of tips and stuff like that as well. I'm an absolute golf nerd, so I like to share what's going on in my brain, and I love to talk about golf. So definitely that's going to be involved as well. And then I do actually want to involve some proper conversations as well. Not that, you know, having fun is not proper, but I think I've certainly had my experiences with this game where it is really tough, and although it's my favourite job in the entire world, it can be really difficult, and you know, an individual sport brings some unique challenges. It's not just golf, but for any individual sports person, there are lots of tough moments, and we don't talk about them much, which is because you're not supposed to show weaknesses and things like this, which has a time and a place. But when you're going through a tough time, that's not the right moment. So I'd like to encourage people to talk a bit more, and I thought, yeah, maybe I should take a bit more of an active role in that. So I'm going to try and talk about it. I'm going to try and have, you know, friends on the channel to play a match against, and you know, it'll be funny and stuff, but then we'll, you know, I'd like to ask them about their tougher experiences as well. So I'm going to do a bit of all of that kind of stuff. So hopefully that's of some interest to you people. Right guys, we still haven't made a birdie on the channel, which isn't that bad actually, but I feel like I should. Otherwise, like, who's going to watch par golf all day? It's boring. We've got 95 yards, but this pin and this sort of green area is just screaming backspin at me. It's sort of looking at me a little bit. There's also a bit of a false front. It's so wet. So I'm going to play a 52, which is actually bent down to a 51. Try and go lower. Do I need to go draw? No, I'll probably hold it off a little bit because the ball's a bit above my feet. So if I hold it off, it's just going to go quite straight. Try and land it, I guess, towards the start of the green and the pin, which is maybe 4 paces on. If it stays a bit behind it, that's fine. We can putt from there, but you could get it dancing really. A bit of fun spin. Yeah, we'll give that a go. Go a little bit. Stay. It's a good shot, guys. Nice. Kept the spin off. Didn't really, came out a little bit weird. Like I said earlier, my focus is not there. So technique wise, that wasn't exactly what we're looking for, but it is pretty simple, just little pitch shot, wasn't it? So we're not going to be too picky out of this. Let's be fair. Let's just get a birdie and get out of here. Tell you what, we're happy with that one. Just landed here, maybe 1 foot behind the hole. that was good. We're pleased with that. Kept the spin off. Good club choice. 95 could easily just be a 56, but made a good choice. Okay, straight up the hill. No excuses. Just hit it in the hole. We've got the first birdie on the hardest hole. I mean, it's not, it's a wintergreen. Right guys, we've got some momentum. Coming off a birdie there, we've now got this as a drivable par 4 and then 2 par 5s in the last 3. We're flying. This is a good hole actually. Off the back tee, it would be like a solid driver. I'm going to hit 3-wood today. Driver just feels like I'd have to take too much off. But the pin is sort of just over there on the left side, but it's on the left side and there's quite a big fall off over there on the left. So if I go left, I'm making it hard for myself. So we're going to aim a touch right, go for a little fade. If it fades a bit more and goes on the pin, lovely days. If not, we're in a really good spot to get up and down, get our birdie and keep that momentum pumping. All right, I can hit this quite hard actually. Yeah, this is going to be nice. It's a lovely strike. It's doing exactly what we said. It's a great shot. Just stayed a bit right at the pin. Yeah, could be in the bunker, short, which could be awkward actually, but yeah. Well, we pitched and stopped on the green, so that was a serious strike with a 3-wood. Over the moon with how 3-wood's gone today. Those who will have played amateur golf with me will know I'm not the biggest fan of 3-wood, but I have enjoyed this new Cobra. Shout out Cobra 3-wood. It is a piece of magic. This is probably like, what, 55, 60 foot? Way uphill. Oh wow, this is, I mean, I said it on the first, but this is going to look ridiculous on camera. This is going to be maybe above my hip with this putting stroke. Obviously, we're just trying to get it down in 2, keep that momentum going before we stand on the par 5 next. This is a bit of a hit and hope, and I'm never going to hit a putt this hard this season, so let's not think too much. Let's just welly it. Crikey, that was good. I mean, you're not going to learn much from that because, as I said, I'm not going to hit a putt like that any other time, but it's a tap-in bird, guys. We're pleased with this. Yeah, we're happy with that. Are we gonna give it to me? Are we gonna make me hole it? Let's have a look. I mean, it's a gimme, frankly, but I'll hold it. Fine, I'll hold it. If you, like, you know, if you're gonna be like that, I'll hold it. Just because it's for a birdie, you know, it feels like you should for a birdie, doesn't it? It's like a 2. You can't be given a putt for a 2. There we go, birdie. We move on. So we've got a bit of a strategic decision to make here. As you can see, I've already made my decision because I've teed the ball up and I've got a driver in my hand. But I wouldn't actually be doing this in a tournament. We've got some trees up there on the right, which I'm not going to reach. They're like 310 yards. But if I get around and about them, I'll be blocked out and I'll have to hit a massive hook to get around the trees to get on the green. Whereas if I hit a 3-wood or even a 3-iron or a hybrid off the tee, I could then hit a 3-wood onto the green and the second shot is really wide. So there's no kind of pressure on that shot. But because, you know, in the name of training, there's a bit more consequence for me right now. If I hit driver, we're going to hit driver, test myself a little bit more. I need to get it in this left channel. So I am going to aim at the trees on the right and play the little fade and just let it drift back. And then, yeah, if you pull it off, the reward is good because you've got maybe like a 5-iron or a 4-iron in. So there is a good reward for it. Okay, aiming at that middle tree and just let it fade back. Just going to put the ball a tiny bit further forward in my stance, encourage a bit more fade. Yes, have it. See, good training that now. Now I can fall back on that in Turkey. Right guys, we've got 190. I'm a little bit in between. It's a par 5 and I always have this feeling, I've had it since I was like 12. I think it was a guy from my home club back then who was like, if you're on a par 5, you've got to make sure you get it past the hole if you got a chance to get there, because you know, it might go in. That's still in my head. I should probably deal with that actually. But even though on that par 3 I had 182, hit a 7 iron just past pin high, it feels very cold down here and I'm worried that a 6 iron doesn't get there. No, I've changed my mind. I'm going 6 iron because beyond that pin is going to be a horrible downhill putt. So we're going 6 iron. If it doesn't get there, then 12-year-old me is just going to have to get over it, frankly. I might even hit a hold off fade here. See, the professionals coming out at me now. I'm like, right, where do you want to leave it, Owen? Come on, head in the game. Focus level is at least at 2.5 now, at least. Do we go draw? No, we're going fade because I don't quite trust the draw feel yet. So we're going fade, but we'll go back in the stance a little bit to squeeze it forward. It is all over it. Travel. It's short of the hole, so 12-year-old me fuming. I feel the need, and this is probably like a self-conscious thing. It's like an insecurity that I feel the need to talk about, but I suspect I'm going to come across like a bit of an idiot on this channel. A bit silly, non-serious. I think that's just what I'm like on the golf course. I just love doing this so much. I can't help but get a bit giddy. I've noticed it in the past as well. I'm very much an introvert, but if you get me playing like a game against the boys and the girls, any of them, I just get a bit silly. I can't help it. It's like I'm like a little toddler running around like full of energy, you know? So it's probably going to come across in this channel, and I would say I apologise, but also, if you take it too seriously, it's on you. I don't want to be your friend. So, yeah. I don't know why I got aggressive there. I'm sorry about that. Absolutely pitched and stopped. Landed on this downslope here, and it hasn't rolled out. So I've actually got a pretty tricky putt, but it is for eagle, and it's only like 14 foot. So we're not going to knock that, really. It should go right to left. A little bit right to left. It's a hell of a pin position. I mean, I love your greenkeepers, and I understand it's the winter, so you know, let's not put it in the nice spot. But my scorecards is a bit upset about it. Yeah, right, we got that one. Let's just put a nice roll on it. Nice roll, and that's all we can control, isn't it, Owen? It was a good roll. That was a good roll. I'm finding it a bit hard to sort of focus on lining up, but it's 3 in a row, guys. It's a short par 3 next as well, and the pin's in a bit of a bowl, so we got a chance. Right, this is a cute little par 3. It's from the back tee, it's like 140, 150 shot, a really good hole then, because it's a Sevilla green. It's only 118 today. We've got that pin just there. Big right, left to right slope to the left of it, and a proper false front. So I need to get it past, and about 6 paces past the hole is a big slope, upslope as well. So I'm going to hit a wedge and I need to take a bit of spin off. I need to land it past the hole. I'm going to go over a little hold off fade as well. And if I fade it, obviously it'll kind of come back towards the pin and go nicely. If I over fade it, it's going to land on the left to right slope and come back to the pin. And I've got a bit more space behind the hole. I've probably got 126 to the top of that slope, and 125 it'll come back to 118, 120 it'll come back to 118. So I've got a bit of leeway distance wise, but I need to make sure I get it moving forward, obviously. Captain Obvious. There's a piece of grass on my club, but I feel like I've taken too long already, so I'm just gonna have to hit it. I farted it. I'm just short. I'm gonna hit another one for my own practice because I can't be leaving the tee like that, but I suppose I'll stop filming. You don't need to see that, but yeah, short of the green. We kind of got away with that a bit. Didn't have much spin on it because I caught it heavy, so it's held up here rather than spinning down beyond you guys in the camera there. Probably still like 20 foot, but I wanted to hit a chip, you know, for the fans, for the subscribers. What do we call it? I don't know. But it's just a putt all day long. So I'm hitting a putt. Very severely uphill, looks quite straight. Let's just hit it firm and straight. It's bobbly. We're just going to take it and move on. Didn't deserve it from the tee shot anyway. That's fair. Par 5 to finish. There'll be a choice to make on that second shot, but we'll go from there. Right, to be honest, there's not much to say on this one. Very open fairway. I'm actually going to try and play like a solid shot. I could be tempted to throw in the old like heel raise and launch it. But no, I'm going to try and hit the smart shot, put a good swing on it, and give myself a nice second shot in. Little fade as per usual. Oh, we've leaked it a bit. That's a poor shot. That's poor. I wasn't focused there, too much space. Walking up the last hole, what are we, three under? Not hit a great drive, but I'm pretty pleased with how this has gone. Playing decent, but I think what I'm most happy about is that this is probably the most consequence that I've felt playing golf in a while. It's been like more than 3 months since I played a tournament, and in the winter time it can be a bit easy to sort of go into technique mode a bit, and it's exciting to work on your technique, you know, and you go to the golf course and you're trying to find positions, and it's good up to a point, but up to a certain point you actually have to start locking in a bit more and getting that focus back. And for me, at least, the way I like to do that is a bit trial and error. I just put the hours in and just sort of learn the lessons on the golf course. But I found it quite good being behind the camera. You know, there is a bit more consequence. I've got to show off for everyone, you know, and I don't want to be one of those channels who takes mulligans. Obviously I will if I have to, you know. I'm trying to get sponsors here, guys. Like, if I have to, I will do it, because, you know, I've got to look good on camera. No, I will not be doing that, don't worry. Otherwise I wouldn't have any consequence, would I? And that would defeat the whole objective. Not that was an objective. Anyway, I'm rambling now. I'm going to get to my ball. Probably going to have to lay up, and we'll have a nice wedge shot in to try and make birdie and shoot 4 under. Got to take our medicine a bit here. Pin's behind that tree, about 280 away. I almost got peer pressured into it by you guys to hit a 3-wood slice around there, but there's water on the right and OB left, so Come on, let's not be silly now, come on. So I'm just gonna hit a 7-iron, out over the bunker, let it fade back a bit, ball's below my feet, so I'll focus, because, you know, everyone messes up the layups now and then, don't they? So I'll make sure I hit a good shot, and then we'll wedge it in and try and make birdie. Yeah, we flushed it. I felt like I took that way inside the line, but it was a nice shot. Good move with the lower body. See, I've not been as focused on technique, which part of me feels guilty for that. But as I was saying on the walk here, I need to do that, because you can't be thinking about that in a tournament. I've really enjoyed that feeling with the 7-iron, that lower body. Oh, that was nice. We've got 79 yards, and I'm going to try and recreate that feeling. It's a similar shot to what I had on the third, where I had 10 yards less. Not going to say it. And that one probably went 76 yards, I'd say. No, it wasn't 76, 74 yards. But it came out really nicely, so I'm going to hit it a little bit harder than what that feel was. I feel like I'll be overcomplicating things if I think too much about where this pin is. Probably I'd rather be right, but then it's going to drift away when it hits the ground, and then it'll go further away, which, yeah, statistically speaking, I should probably just hit this as close as I can. So we're just going to do that. Just going to go straight at it, hit it as close as I can. 79 yards. Let's have it. We were very late on that. That was not great commitment. Great distance, but I wasn't fully committed. That was one of those situations where I just, like, for some reason wasn't fully sure about my alignment. I hadn't made enough of a clear decision. Maybe I should have thought more about that pin, like gone, all right, just aim a little bit, 3 foot right. That kind of precision probably could have helped my mindset there, and I would have hit a more just like oomph in the shot. But that's a bit of a weak, yeah. And now I've got, well, because I got the distance right, I only got about 15 foot, so still a birdie chance, you know. Distance is king. As I said, good distance. So we've got about 15 foot. Severe left to right though, and it's going to run away from me at the end. So it's important to get the pace right and just pick a comfortable line. And if she falls in, it's a bonus. Sorry, I was just sort of bending down there in front of the camera. That's a bit silly. Right. Yeah, we like that line. Just don't be scared to give it a bit of juice. It's a good putt, guys. Oh, it's gone by a bit as well. See, I told you it was running away. That's a devilish pin. Devilish. Feel quite good with the putter, but obviously I haven't held anything. It's one of them, when the greens are like this, they're not bad, but they're very different from what I'm going to be putting on in tournaments. So I'm not about to go and calibrate everything here and get used to hitting it this firm and then get to my tournament and have to change it all. So it's a bit of a sort of indoor technique sort of time with the putter, but it feels good in my hand. Okay, right side, putt this, nice and firm up the hill. Solid. We'll take it. 300 to start. Could have been worse, eh? Didn't embarrass myself. Back in the van. So that's my first video. First watching me for 9 holes. I quite enjoyed it. It was good fun. I think the best thing was that it was good for me feeling a little bit more consequence on the shots. So even though I feel like I didn't get much out of this technique-wise, I will be able to look back at it and remember how I felt on the shots, or which shots I struggled with, why I struggled, and there'll be a bit more to evaluate from a mental point of view from today than if I just go on the course by myself and I'm kind of hitting multiple shots and there's no consequence. Then I'm only really learning technique-wise, and I'm not actually getting my performance mode maybe up a few percent. So that was a good thing today. I enjoyed that. That is probably just going to be, that'll be it for this video. It'll just be those 9 holes. I think we can expect more things in the future, a bit more varied things. I'll also do some practice videos, maybe a bit of a day in the life situation. And tournament starts soon. So next Thursday I'm flying out to Turkey. Got 2 events out there for the start of the Pro Golf Tour season. So that's going to be good fun. I'll try and get some footage of like the practice round, sort of getting ready for the tournament, what it's like around the resort, and I wouldn't expect that I'll be able to do too much on the tournament days. Obviously, I don't want to do things that are going to put me out of my comfort zone when I'm in tournament mode. But we'll ease into that. We'll see how that all goes, and I hope you enjoyed it. And stay tuned. Is that what they say? Subscribe and like. Yeah. Okay. All right. See ya.